the birth itself was really, really unfortunate. It was very, very bad. It was a very, very serious birth. You know, as a young woman, we don't actually get taught about birth, right? All we get taught about in school is you give birth. That's the amount of, you know, that's the amount of knowledge we get given by schooling.
Yeah.
And there's so much more behind that. I kind of thought, I'm 20, I'm giving birth. Nothing's going to happen, right? I'm going to just give birth. But I was so wrong about that. First of all, like the racial disparity in maternity care in this country is absolutely like appalling.
What do you mean by that in terms of treatment? Like colours of the nurses? Like, what do you mean?
What I mean by that is that Black women are at a much higher rate of death or complication in this country than white women giving birth. I just want to also say that white women like also die at really, really bad rates, but it's worse for Black women. So Isaac was, I had gestational diabetes, which is something that is high in women of color. I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant with Isaac. So I was just in my like emergency mold filled accommodations, like pricking my fingers like twice a day. I think it was twice a day, or I think it was after every meal. And then like bleeding onto like a little thing to tell me like my blood sugar. And this was just, it was a bit painful. But then, you know, Isaac was huge in my belly because of the gestational diabetes. When they give you like a line, and it's like, on this side of the line, your son is too small, and on this side of the line, he's too big. They were measuring his tummy, his head circumference, and his legs, and his tummy and his head were like completely over the line. They were absolutely huge, and that was due to the gestational diabetes. My body wasn't processing sugars very well. So when he was born, he just wasn't coming out. Like it wasn't happening. I was pushing from midnight till 4 p.m. and it was just not, he was just not coming out. Yeah. It was, so I had to get induced. For any women who know anything about induction medication, like everyone reacts differently to induction medication, but my body was just not prepared for the induction medication. Like,
and what does the induction medication do?
It actually like starts the labor process. Okay. So you need to give birth because you have a high risk pregnancy because of gestational diabetes. And if the birth starts by itself, that's great. If it doesn't, the contractions need to be induced. So Isaac wasn't coming out. I had to go on the operating table. In the room, there were about 2 male white doctors and about 5 nurses and midwives. And that's not normal for birth. Like during a regular birth, you'll have 1 midwife in the room. That's a regular birth. Depending on how serious it is, you'll have less or more people. But they did an episiotomy, which means... for the people that are a bit have issues with these things, I would also put a trigger warning.
I'm scared, okay.
Right, because this can be quite, but so an episiotomy essentially means they have to like cut the inside of the vaginal opening because there literally isn't space for the baby's head to come out. So I don't know why I hemorrhaged, but I hemorrhaged. It might have been due to the episiotomy. It might have not been due to the episiotomy, but I hemorrhaged 2 liters of blood when Isaac came out of me. And the thing is, I had no idea what was going on. Like the room was completely silent. And when Isaac was born, the room was still completely silent. So I didn't think to myself, that's weird, because I was just so out of it.
Sure.
I obviously, luckily I had an epidural. But the next morning when Isaac was in the NICU because he was having some issues, the nurse literally came to me and she said, Amelie, you need to have blood thinning medication, and you need to make sure you take this blood thinning medication regularly for a certain amount of weeks. And I was like, oh, why do I need to have this blood thinning medication? And she was like, oh, because you lost quite a lot of blood yesterday during the birth. And I was like, how much did I lose? And she was like, oh, 2 liters. It's like that. The way she said it, it was almost like she was like ordering a coffee. Like it was just like so casual to her. But like as a new mum, also, I didn't at the time know that the like regular amount of blood in a human body is 5 to 6 liters. But obviously when you're pregnant, that volume increases. So even if like it was a little bit more, that 2 liters was probably like a quarter of the amount of blood I had in my body. So yeah.
Looking back now, do you feel like you were quite abandoned by a lot of the systems put in place in this country, or if not abandoned, maybe mistreated?
I will say that like I think Black women need to have like a certain amount of preparation for like the birthing process as a whole. Like there was nobody to tell me that like there are some serious things that could go wrong. I had my mum in the room with me.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I was there alone? Like, can you imagine if there was absolutely no one to like hold the doctors to account? That's why when I eventually realized what had happened to me, because it took me some months to really come to terms with it. And I spoke at the Birth Trauma Association conference in 2025. I said that one thing that I would say to all women who are giving birth is that absolutely have a woman in the room with you. And the reason why I say a woman is because a man, that he can love you so much, but he will never truly understand like what you are going through in that moment.